I'm now going to have a look at working with section data on scans, and I'll use our polygon mesh of the car as an example. And if you've been through the fundamentals tutorials, you'll know about the cross-section editor that can cut sections through NURBS data. But it works equally well on polygon meshes. So if I apply the sections and toggle the model off, you can see that it gives us a nice simplification of the data to work to. Now I can either leave those sections attached to the mesh so that when I turn the mesh layer off they disappear as well. Or if I want them to be independent, I can use Tools Promote. And up here it tells us to pick the sections. So I'll just pick all those X sections and say Go. And that then creates a new layer with the sections on. And they're now independent of the mesh. And they're created as a group. So if I do pick object, I pick all of them. And if I try to use pick curve, it doesn't select a section. And that's because the sections are a different entity type than curves, and you can see they've got a separate symbol here in the object lister. So I've got two options. I can either go up to pick component and set it up for picking only section data, and then that allows me to pick individual section lines within the group. Alternatively, I could just simply pick the group and do an ungroup. And then using pick object, I can pick the individual sections. Alternatively, if you're working with section data that you're importing, then the sections may come in organized on layers or groups, or they may not. So here I've got X, Y, and Z sections, but they're just together on one layer. So on the Curve Edit palette, I've got a tool called Sort Sections. So I need to pick all of these sections, and then click on Sort. And then here you can see that I've now got 4 new layers created for the Z, the Y, the X, and the other sections that aren't in the XYZ directions. And I can rearrange those if I want to within the object lister. Now if I want to compare my NURBS surfaces with an imported section, and I don't know the exact spacing or orientation, then on the cross-section editor I can create a new section type that relates to a picked reference. And this will then ask me to pick a construction plane or the section data. So I can just drag select all my X sections here. And that then creates this new reference group. And what I can do with that is pick my NURBS surfaces and apply it as a section group. Which means that I've now got an exact match between the imported sections and the sections I'm cutting through my NURBS data. Which makes it very easy to now work and try to match that section data. And finally, there's more information on the different types of section that you can create on the version 2011 update movie for the cross-section editor.